2019 season has had a lot of surprises thus far, but in my opinion, the biggest one that has happened this year has to be about the Boston Red Sox and how poorly they're playing. Now, yes, it's early in the season, but there's definitely some serious concerns to have with the Red Sox. So in this video, I'm going to go over my thoughts and opinions about the Red Sox thus far in 2019. Do I think that this is going to be a problem for them? What do they have to fix? What's going wrong? Is it time for the Red Sox fans to start panicking? And all in all, just talk about the Red Sox in general. So if these videos are something you guys like to see on the channel, make sure to leave a like. That's the best way to support. Subscribe if you're new and you enjoy the content. We talk about baseball on this channel every single day, so if you guys enjoy baseball, this is a place to be. Hit that sub button. Remember to get in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about the Red Sox season or anything in the baseball season thus far. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GiraffeNeckMarc. Links in the description down below to both of those. So we're 18 games into the season. Just a little over 10% of the games have been played thus far. And the Red Sox are sitting with a 6-12 record in last place in the American League East. That's right. They're behind the Blue Jays, they're behind the Orioles, they're behind the Yankees, and they're behind the Rays. 7.5 games already out of first place. Now, yes, again, 18 games into the season. So incredibly early. I think it's insane. I'm going to address that question right off the bat here. I think it's insane for Red Sox fans to start panicking. I don't think the season is over just yet. That would be absolutely nuts to say. But there are 100% a lot of cause for concerns with the Red Sox because right now they're playing bad baseball, and if they don't turn it around, this season could snowball into a very, very bad year. Do I think that's going to happen? No. There's way too much talent on this roster for that to happen for an entire season, but there's a lot of things that need to change. First thing, the Red Sox need to pitch better. Their pitching has been absolutely atrocious. In terms of runs allowed, there is no team in baseball that has allowed more runs than the Boston Red Sox in 2019. The Red Sox have allowed 114 runs in 18 games. That's just over 6 runs every single game. It is very hard in the game of baseball to be able to win games consistently when you're allowing 6.3 runs every single game on average. The Red Sox offense, while it may not be as great as it needs to be right now, is actually not struggling a ton. They are scoring a decent amount of runs, 74 in 18 games, which is an average just above 4, but when you're giving up 6.3 runs a game and you're scoring 4.1, you're obviously going to be losing more games than you're winning. The Red Sox run differential is -40. That's the worst in the American League, worse than the Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles have scored more runs than the Red Sox this year and have allowed less. I mean, that stuff should not be happening. I don't care if it is an 18-game stretch. There's no excuse for being worse than the Orioles. That's just bad. That's not good. Like, this Orioles team is playing the best baseball that they are going to play all year, and they are still god-awful. So I guess that's one consolation for Red Sox fans, that you guys are playing bad baseball. So that's why you don't really need to panic. The baseball is bad. It can only get better from here. 6.3 runs a game is not something you can continue to do the entire season and hope to finish with an above 500 record. To put it into perspective, the worst run differential in all of baseball is the Miami Marlins with -43, and the Marlins have even let up less runs. 48 runs scored, which is just woo, that's terrible, but they've only allowed 91, 23 runs less than the Red Sox. Yes, I understand the Red Sox play in the American League. You're always going to get higher scoring in the American League due to the DH, but this is the Miami Marlins. Similar to the Orioles, you shouldn't be worse than the Marlins than anything. Some more pitching stats to talk about the Boston Red Sox in 2019. They have the worst ERA in all of baseball. Red Sox team ERA is 6.09. Again, 30th in baseball. Dead last, the Orioles, the White Sox, the Marlins. I mean, some really bad teams are ahead of the Boston Red Sox, so their pitching is just not cutting it. And a big problem is Chris Sale. Chris Sale has not been good this year. Now, last night against the Yankees, his velocity did come back. He looked a little bit better, but it was still not good. It was still not classic Chris Sale. This is a guy who the last 2 seasons was the best pitcher on the Boston Red Sox staff, finishing in the Cy Young voting 2nd in 2017 and 4th in 2018. This is a guy who strikes out a ton of batters, about 13 Ks per 9. Doesn't give up a lot of hits, like 6.5 hits per 9. Didn't give up a lot of home runs either, about 1 per 9 innings. But this year, his numbers have just skyrocketed. The past 2 seasons with the Red Sox, he's had about a 2.4, 2.5 ERA. Now, granted, it's 4 starts and everything can change, but right now in those 4 starts, he's been terrible. 8.5 ERA. He has a whip of 1.556, which again is just crazy high for him. This is a guy who the last 2 seasons has had a whip under 1. Going as low as 0.86 last year. He's not striking out batters. His strikeouts are almost cut in half, and that's due to the fact that, one, his velocity has been way down this year. I mean, this is a guy who's throwing mid-90s, and he's just not hitting that. Now, last night was a little bit better, but his velocity is down, and that is something that scares me, because when you see pitchers' velocities going down, it means a few different things. One, they're not comfortable on the mound. Something's off. Something's off mechanically, but mechanics can be fixed. 2, They're hiding an injury or they're injured, and it's gonna become a problem. If Chris Sale is not going out every 5 days and pitching for the Red Sox, that's a problem. He's been one of the best pitchers in baseball the last couple seasons. The Red Sox need him out there every 5 days, giving them at least a solid outing. He's not even doing that. He's pitched well pretty much in 1 game this year. Against Oakland, he went 6 innings, allowing 1 run. But even then, only struck out 1 batter, so it's just like something's definitely off with Chris Sale. Obviously, he had Sandy Leon back last night, and it seemed like that maybe helped get a little bit more confidence, but he still didn't pitch well against the Yankees. But Chris Sale definitely needs to pitch better. Through 18 games, the starting pitching staff has an ERA of 7.18. That is the worst team ERA by the Red Sox in their history. Besides David Price, the starters don't have an ERA below 6. Sale at 8.5. Evaldi at 8.4. Rodriguez at 7.98. Porcello 11.12. Hector Velasquez has made a couple starts. He's looked okay. He's looked a lot better. But this team needs to get better performances out of their starting pitching, which was supposed to be a strong suit of their team. Everyone has been talking about how that bullpen was going to make them nervous. But surprisingly, while the bullpen hasn't been, amazing, it hasn't cost them games, really. Brandon Workman in 8 appearances, 7.1 innings, has a 0 ERA. Ryan Brazier in 8 appearances and 7 2/3 innings has a 1.17. Matt Barnes has a 1.42 ERA. It hasn't been perfect, but their bullpen hasn't been the reason why they've been struggling so much. The starting pitching has put them in bad situations from the beginning. I mean, Rick Porcello has been horrible. He has a 3 whip on the year. 3 batters per inning get on base. How? That's not a way you can succeed. So pitching needs to be addressed. I don't necessarily know if this is something that's going to stick the entire season. Like I said, they have good pitchers. Just seems like they're in a bit of a funk. So I don't think if you're a Red Sox fan, like I said, it's not, Mayday. It's not scream from the roof like, oh my God, the world is ending. But the pitching, it starts with the pitching. And they need to get better pitching out of their guys. Now, that doesn't mean that they haven't had struggles at the plate as well. Their offense hasn't been terrible, but it's definitely lacking. Almost absolutely no production out of the catcher spot. We know Christian Vasquez is not very good. We know Sandy Leon can't hit. He's not much of a hitter. They just DFA'd Blake Swihart. I don't understand why. But Vasquez and Leon, if the rest of the offense is doing well, it's okay because you don't worry about their offensive production. But when the rest of the team isn't playing well, it gets magnified even more because the catcher spot literally does almost nothing offensively on this team. Mitch Moreland has been one of their better players. While he's not hitting for a high average, has been getting hits in clutch situations. And his OPS is 900. When a player has a 900 OPS, he's playing well this year. Second base, another spot they're not getting a lot of production. Eduardo Nunez hasn't been good. They got Dustin Pedroia back from injury, but it's old Pedroia. It's not the guy that we once saw that was an MVP candidate. He's not playing well either. They are missing Brock Holt badly. They need him to come back soon. Steve Pearce hasn't been off to a great start this year. He's hitting 100. Xander Bogaerts having a pretty good season thus far, hitting 300. Couple homers, 6 doubles, has an OPS approaching 900, so he's definitely swinging the bat well. Devers is giving you Devers kind of stuff, 250, nothing crazy. 638 OPS, though, doesn't cut it. Benintendi does what Benintendi does. He just gets hits, gets on base. I love Andrew Benintendi. The dude's a stud out there. JBJ has been atrocious, really bad. An OPS of 404. I mean, like, his OPS plus is 10. 10! That is so incredibly bad. Almost absolutely no production out of him. Mookie Betts is struggling, although when you look at his OPS, it's approaching 800, so it's actually not that bad. He's still getting on base decently well, but it's not Mookie Betts type numbers, which of course the Red Sox rely on. He's at the top of their order. He helps set the table. You need to have him start playing better, but early in the season, he'll figure it out. He's fine. We've seen him before. He's so talented. He's too good to struggle for an entire year. And JD is a beast. All the dude does is mash. But the Red Sox are definitely having some troubles, and I think it all starts with the pitching, and I think you guys would agree with that. The pitching is where the problems all start from. They're scoring 4+ runs a game, and I know the pitching staff can't, let up under 4 runs every single game. That's a tough thing to do. But 6.3 runs every single game on average, that is very tough to win baseball games. So what do the Red Sox need to do to fix their team right now? They need way better performances out of their starting pitchers. A 7.18 ERA is unacceptable. That can't keep happening. Chris Sale needs to come out and he needs to pitch well or hit the DL if he's hurt. David Price, go figure, has been their best pitcher. Rick Porcello, 3 whip. That can't happen. Nathan Eovaldi, you need to pitch better. Everyone needs to get on the mound and pitch better. They can't start off these games in a hole like they've been doing. Team history, worst ERA through 18 games. That's got to improve if they want to get better. They need to get some production out of second base and center field. Jackie Bradley Jr. at least plays a good center field defensively, but second base is like a black hole for the Red Sox. Pedroia can't hit. Eduardo Nunez can't hit. A team OPS of 376 from the second base position is 150 points worse than any other team in Major League Baseball. That needs to be fixed, especially when you have no offensive production out of the catcher situation and no offensive production out of center field. And if the Red Sox keep playing the way that they're doing right now, it's going to be a long season for Red Sox fans. and I honestly can't say I saw it coming. So like I stated earlier in the video, I don't think that this is the end of the world for the Red Sox. They're not this bad of a team, but boy, do they need to make some changes, and they need to make them quick, because it's a 7.5 game lead right now for the Rays over the Red Sox, and they're getting lucky that the Yankees are so injured, that the American League is so weak, because there's still so much time and so much room for them to come back and make a wild card or even make a run for the AL East. It's crazy. So as Red Sox fans, just take a deep breath. It's all gonna be fine. You're still gonna make the playoffs, but something needs to change. Otherwise, if it's still like this at the end of May, yeah, then you start worrying. I'd love to know what you guys think about the Red Sox down in the comment section below. Do you think it's time to start panicking? Or do you think the Red Sox are gonna be fine? Like, just take it easy. Time will tell. They're gonna be okay. Remember, leave a like on this video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel and you enjoy the content. If you love baseball, it's the place to be. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GiraffeNeckMarc. Links in the description. Thank you guys for watching. That's gonna be it for today's video. YouTube recommends you watch this one right here, as well as this is my most recent upload. So click through those if you have not yet seen them. I promise they're good stuff. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Bye.